Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Washington football team. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Space to maneuver at the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield. Couple. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On third down, here's Hunt. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall. On the opening drive of the football game. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They fake the give. Now Rodgers rolling to his right. Oh, he rifles one, and that's good. And right away, he lost the football. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Oh, nice pick, nice pick.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Washington. Kareem Hunt, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Switch, switch. Check three, check three. Check three, check three, check three.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers eluding the pressure right. He gets this to Davante Adams. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Rodgers again now. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Samson Ebukam in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Rodgers going to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season.
Touchdown! Robert Tonyan, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just a second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
But hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Rodgers. Open man, here's Cobb. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now a first down carry for Harris. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grinding starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the flow. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. We'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. A third down gain of 19.
First down, Washington.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's a give to Gibson.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. Open space inside the 10. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Now Jones. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
Touchdown, Washington. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway
as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far, 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
2nd and 5.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right.
The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Dancing to... Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
26. Motion.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A handoff for Gibson.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Knocked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Hopkins' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Rodgers to throw once more to Barkley on the check down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Rodgers now on 1st down. Forced out to his left.
And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. And Crosby puts it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. He was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of the... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34. Rodgers now on 1st down. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. On play action. Now Rodgers. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, take 26.
And again, it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers! John Ross, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Wow, 213 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A handoff running left is Gibson. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They'll run with Hunt on second down. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Way. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. You got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Rodgers to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. First and goal at the 9-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he will not get into the end zone. The defense makes the stop of the game on the 2-point try, and they might just get out of here with a win after all. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Past midfield, look out. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So for Washington, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.